So the story goes that Max Gaines, the then publisher of what was DC Comics at the time, approached William Marston to create a superhero, and it was at the urging of his wife to create a female superhero. I think they were going to originally call it Suprema, and so thankfully all the marketing people were like, woo, it's Wonder Woman, like it's so much better name. I think there's a lot of things that kind of go through my mind when I sit down and draw something like this. Obviously, you want to get the costume and the details correct, but the most important thing about drawing a character like Wonder Woman, who's so iconic, so well known, is really capturing the emotional state of the character, trying to represent visually the things that she stands for, power, equality, strength, wisdom. These are hard things to actually draw. And I think this one is more reflective of the costume that was in Batman v Superman and how she's going to look in Justice League.
She with you?
I thought she was with you.
I think Wonder Woman stayed relevant over the past 75 years because I think she's been a character that's always been ahead of her time. You know, you go back to 1941 and you look at the role of women in society, the fact that they weren't even allowed to join the military and fight in the war, and here you have Wonder Woman and she's on the front lines, you know, duking out the Nazis. You can really see that the character reflects the patriotism of the time, right? Obviously the white stars in the blue field, the American Eagle, the red, white, and blue elements. And then even the 70s when she lost her powers, I think it's an interesting moment. Obviously, feminism was a big issue, and the fact that she relinquished her powers and went out and just did it on her own, I think is an interesting kind of thematic element that I think the creators were trying to present, or think they were trying to present. And then you look today and you have a character that she's a co-founder of the Justice League. She is her own hero. She's a character that wasn't created to be a sidekick or someone to be rescued. Elements of the character have changed, but with characters like Wonder Woman, Superman, and Batman, there's certain things that have to stay the same. The white stars on the blue field, the trunks, that's a big part of it. The tiara, the bracelets are always there. The color schemes have changed over the years, and actually in the 70s, she went to a white jumpsuit, which was a real radical departure. And that was because at the time there was a show called Avengers, and Emma Peel was a very popular character. So they basically took away Wonder Woman's powers and she became sort of this espionage agent in all white, which, you know, is hardly the spy's perfect outfit. But yeah, over the years, she's also had skirts and pants, so a lot of different kinds of looks. But then in the day, you have to be able to look at her and see that she's identifiably Wonder Woman, and a lot of those elements go all the way back to her origins in 1941. In the past 5 to 10 years, you see a lot more women at, say, like Comic-Con. I think the latest study was like 60% male, 40% female. You see a clamoring, a real demand for female protagonists, a demand for female creators to work on these books, and a demand to see female creators work on any superhero, regardless of their gender, people of colors. At the end of the day, they want to see themselves reflected in the stories, and they want to see people like themselves writing and creating the stories. I get asked a lot, what can I do to become a comic book artist, or how can I draw superheroes better? And my answer usually is practice, practice, practice. I remember when I first started drawing, everything was difficult. Drawing a hand like this was difficult, and that moving it to this position, extra level of difficulty. But then you want to get to the point where you've drawn the hand in every single position, and you can almost mentally see it, and you're basically sort of drawing what you see in your head. The face is actually the funnest part to draw because that's where all the emotion, expression is. And, you know, if I'm drawing someone grimacing, I tend to grimace myself, so you get in the zone, you're empathizing with what you're drawing. It's a lot of fun. The challenge is really about drawing things that will surprise people in a day and age where so much of this stuff now you can take in through movies and TV and animation.